Hi everybody, it's Danielle, your HPS garden coordinator. Welcome back to my home kitchen. Autumn has arrived and we are going to make use of some of our end of summer produce, but add in some fall flavors and spices to make a delicious dish that you can enjoy for the next few weeks. So we are making ground cherry jam. We use tons of our ground cherries and some star anise and some ginger and citrus. It's going to be delicious. So let's get cooking. The ground cherry is part of the tomato family. It kind of grows like a tomatillo. It grows in that little husk that keeps it protected. They're called ground cherries though because we know they're ripe when they fall off the plant to the ground. So these grow everywhere in our garden, mostly because those ground cherries that we miss in our harvest become perfect little seed pods for the following year. These things are so delicious though, it's not a problem that they're all over the garden. They have a almost tropical taste, kind of like pineapple or mango mixed with a super sweet tomato. They're going to make a perfect jam. First things first, we are going to peel the husks from all of our ground cherries. So peel it back, pop the fruit off, and right into a measuring cup. We want to measure the ground cherries with the husks off to see how much we have, and we can ratio the sugar and the other aromatics from there. Ground cherries shouldn't need any extra rinsing because they are in their nice little husk protected and we are in organic garden. But if you come across any that have like molding on the inside or any debris, you can give them a rinse or you can let it be and ditch that one, up to you. Woo, okay. I got just over 3 cups. So next up, I will portion out the rest of the ingredients, which includes 2 cups of sugar, the zest and the juice of a lemon and a lime, a couple inches of grated ginger, and a star or 2 of star anise. One thing to note before I get cleaning up is that these husks would make great browns for our composter. So save these and bring them up with your food scraps the next time you drop into the compost roller. We will add our ground cherries to a heavy bottom pot and start them cooking on medium low. While we start them and let them get warm and start to hopefully burst a little bit, get juicy, we will prep our citrus, which we will add in this first cooking stage. Zest as well. Here we can begin to press with a wooden spoon and try to smash some of the more tender ground cherries. So you can go around the pan and just give it some light pressure. Be careful of a splash and see if we can start to release some juices. We are going to let the ground cherries keep simmering on that low, medium-low heat. If you see any browning, I would turn it down just a bit. We want them to cook kind of low and slow as they start to burst and release their sugars. That process will take about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and once it's looking really saucy, that's when we'll add our sugar and start turning it into a jam consistency. So in the meantime, keep an eye on your pot, stirring consistently and smashing any berries that look like they're ready to burst. And we will also grate about 2 inches of fresh ginger. That and the star anise we will add in the end stages. Here we are, maybe 5 minutes later after peeling the ginger and grating it. It's starting to get saucy, it smells so good, and I could probably spend some time here smushing ground cherries. Okay, so you can see that after about 10 to 15 minutes, these ground cherries are getting all bubbly and saucy. I spent some time smashing as many as I could, but we're gonna keep cooking this with the sugar, so the others should keep breaking down a bit more as they bubble and cook. So I'm going to add our sugar, 2 cups, adding by the 3rd cup here. It's been about 5 minutes of letting the jam bubble, stirring consistently. And what we're really looking for is for the jam to thicken up. So when you pull your spoon through, you want to see that resistance. And you want to see the pan where the jam fills back in. So I'm going to add now our ginger and a couple of star anise pods and just keep it rolling. About 5 more minutes have passed and this jam is starting to thicken up and it smells so good. So let's see, when we pull here, there's a little bit more time before that jam fills back in. So you can keep boiling here, or you can call it done and have a bit looser of a jam, which is what I'm gonna do. So that is it. It's really pretty simple and pretty quick in terms of jam. The ground cherries have all those seeds that help it thicken up pretty quickly without the use of any jam additives. So all that's left to do is to let it cool down on the stove before you portion it off into glass jars. You can store them in the fridge for a few weeks, and it is delicious on a fall cheese plate or just on a slice of buttered toast. Whatever way you want to enjoy it, I'm sure you will. So thanks so much for joining me today. See you next time.